little target practice this evening with the 204 Ruger. I thought I'd check and see the difference in bullet drop between a 32 Vmax and a 40 grain Hornady Vmax. And not a whole lot of difference. 3-shot groups, and you can see that there's one was right in the circle, and then the other two there side by side. There's basically no wind right now. It's just dead calm. I did move my scope one click of left, but at 200 yards we got a skeet there, so, and pretty much right there I would say is center. So we're covering the holes. All 6 holes are covered at 200 yards, so not a problem with either one. We'll move it back to 300 yards and give that a try. So I got my drop chart I made last year. 32 grain Vmax should be about 5.2 inches. So I'm going to aim at the bullseye again, and the shot should be about 5.2 inches down from where those 3 are. I did move one click of left, so hopefully they're a little more centered this time. I don't have a measuring tape, so I've got an iPhone 6s. I'm just going to use the length of that, and I'll measure that when I get back so we know exactly how long that is, but that's going to be about where my guess is going to be, the length of an iPhone 6s. And that's from kind of from the center here down to there. And I'll do one on the other side as well. You would think the 40s would drop a little bit more, because that's where the 40s are zeroed. And we'll see what happens. Draw a little bit of a bigger circle there, so we have something to aim at. And at 300 yards, hopefully we're close to those 2 circles. Well, the 32 should be. The 40s I would expect to be a little bit lower. So, do you have your guesses? Was I close? An iPhone 6s? Well, I know I was a little bit surprised. So the 32 grains here, I'll show you those first. They didn't drop near as much as I thought. Pretty much right on target. We got this one a little bit low here that was kind of close, and then this one and this one. So I took about from here down was an iPhone 6s, and there were nowhere near that. We got a tape measure when we get back to the house and measure that just to see. The 40 grains surprised me even more. So the first ones were here and here, and then these last 3. What an amazing 300-yard group that was. Wow. So again, I aimed at this dot, and I thought that the 40s would drop a lot more. But, I mean, if we center it on the dot, all of them except for that bottom one are covered. If you drop it a hair, you can cover them all with a skeet. So, and then as far as these ones go here, these are the 32s. I was aiming at the dot again, so we got a little bit out there. There's one just missed there, kind of caught the edge. And these 2 here, same thing, just kind of catching the edge of everything except maybe that bottom one if I centered it here. And we're aiming at that. That's from at 200 and at 300 yards, the 40 grain and the 32 grain Vmax. Not a whole lot of drop. What a flat little round. So that's your 32 grain and your 40 grain Vmax at 200 and 300 yards. I'm definitely going to set this up at 100 yards now, just to see where we are at 100 yards. We'll go look at this closer in the house because my phone's going to die and it's getting pretty dark out here. But so this is our finished result. This is the skeet that we were using. I think it measures about 4 1/4 inches. And I put my cell phone about here in the middle. Oops, about here in the middle, and down to the bottom here. It's 5 3/8 inches. Every single shot I took here, I aimed at either this dot with the 40 grains or this dot with the 32 grain. With the 32 grain, it's not zeroed in at 200 yards for right here, but it is with the 40 grain. So I had one right here and then two over here at 200 yards. I did do one after I did the 200 yard shots, both these three and these three here. Then I did one click of left. After I did that, I did this 300 yard group here. It's like an inch and, I think an inch and a quarter, about inch and a half. Yeah, inch and a quarter. So that was really, really good. And then we did these three as well. And then I did this little 100. I just did 2 shots at 100. And over here, it was dark, wobbly table. I was in a hurry. So yeah, all these shots are really close. Like these ones here with the 32 grainers, we're looking at just over about 4 1/4 inches. And then on this side here, even with this one way up there, we're at 5 1/2. If you get rid of that one, we're looking at about just under 4 inches. Makes it some easy shooting, anywhere from 0 to 300 yards. Like I said, all the shots were aimed right at the dots. So 2 1/2 inches low and about 2 1/4 inches high. And then over here, same thing with this one, about 3 inches high. If you get rid of that one, 1 1/4 inches high, the highest one, and then the lowest one here, about 2 3/4, a little less than that even. Really, really like the 204 round. Such a flat shooter.